Hi, my name's Chadelle. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, thanks for watching. So today I'm talking about complacency. Complacency is the death of growth. And not just complacency in your business, but also just in your everyday life. So let's jump into it. So the first thing we want to do is define the word complacency. What does that even mean? Right from the dictionary, a calm satisfaction with your abilities or your situation that prevents you from trying any harder. So really, it's killing your creativity and it's killing your growth. The easiest way to combat complacency is to adopt a growth mindset. And this growth mindset is what is going to have you looking for opportunities no matter what your situation is. So if you find yourself in a job where you are just groundhog daying it, day in, day out, everything's the same, you're doing the same thing day after day after day, that's a really easy environment to create complacency, either in yourself or if you're a leader, in your employees. So there's something in you that will prevent complacency, and that is your internal drive. If you internally set goals for yourself, set expectations for yourself, set the standard and the bar a little higher for yourself, that internal drive, that will promote growth and a growth mindset. It doesn't matter your environment, your job, the people around you, nothing matters because you have this internal drive to be better, to do better, to put your best foot forward. So your strongest competition is with yourself. And that internal motivation is integral to growth because it's unreliant on anyone around you and the world around you. Now, external stimulation, that is what will promote and create complacency. External stimulation is great for those highlight events. Whatever drives me to be better, to grow, to learn, if I get an external boost, that's great. That feeds into my motivation. And my motivation is only short term. It is finite. So I cannot rely on that motivation, that external boost to motivate me to keep doing, keep performing, keep striving for that next level. That's where that internal drive needs to kick in and take over. And so those external factors are great. They're great little boosts of energy. They reignite the passion. They reinvigorate you. So they're really great for that, but they're not sustainable. And so if you're relying on this outside stimulation constantly, it is not sustainable and it puts too much power in other people's hands for your own growth and your own success. So how can you stay engaged in the world around you? How can you create this internal drive? And the easiest way to stay engaged is to get curious, ask questions, be curious about other people. Being curious about the world around you and the people around you and the stories around you take you out of ego, take you out of that self-obsessed thinking where the world kind of revolves around you and how it affects you and how you affect the world. It will take you out of that for a minute. You'll stop thinking about all of your problems, all of the things that, make you tick. It really puts the focus on the other person. And so by taking you out of ego and getting curious about the environment around you, that creates that growth mindset as well. It also stops that hamster wheel of thinking that creates worry and anxiety and stress. So when we talk about the definition of complacency, the calm satisfaction with your abilities or your situation, so your abilities are going to be things like your integrity or your honesty. Don't get complacent on your behavior traits and things that you're working on. If you get complacent about being punctual, then you might start being a minute, 2 minutes late, and that kind of snowballs. And so you want to be really aware about behaviors that you're being complacent in. I talk about making my bed. If there is a day that goes by that I forget to do it in the morning and I walk into my room and I see it at night, I will make it, even if it's just before I go to bed, because I don't want to get complacent with that. I don't want to lose that because there's so much value in creating that win for myself. And I want to be able to say that I've made my bed every single day for the last 10 years. And I'm not going to be able to say that if I let it slide or I get a little complacent with it. So the other word that I used was situations, and complacency in situations are going to be like your work environment. It's also going to be in relationships. It's easy to get complacent in relationships. In friendships, if you don't reach out in a consistent way, and it could be once a month, it doesn't need to be tons, but there is some consistency to you reaching out, it's easy to let the friendship die out and not talk to the person for months. And then it becomes a little awkward and a little harder to want to reach out to that person, especially if it's a newer friendship. You can also get complacent in the way of a friendship if you stop asking them questions, you stop being curious about their life, and you just start talking about yourself all the time. And that's really easy to fall into in the way way that you might want to be sharing more of yourself to get closer. Getting closer to another person is twofold. It's finding out more about the other person and being curious about them so that they feel like they have some value in that relationship as well. You have to be as interested in the other person as, well, you are in yourself. And that can be difficult. So to wrap it up, it's okay to be satisfied with where you are in your life and not want to achieve anymore, but don't get complacent in the things that brought you to this level of success and this level of satisfaction. Those are the things that you want to continually work on so that you don't backslide. If you're finding that you're complacent and you're unmotivated and you feel bored, you just don't feel the zest for life that you want to feel, then have a look at complacency. Deep dive into it and just start getting curious about the world around you. And that will help bring you out of it. That will help bring you out of your ego. And it's a surefire way to kill that complacency. So I wish you the best of luck. If you like what you saw, then sub if you love, and I will catch you in another video. Bye!